What up? What up? What up, Entourage? So, this video should be pretty quick. By the way, if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel, give it a like, give it a comment. I'm not going to beat around the bush. It helps my algorithm. If you love me, show me some love. I would appreciate it. Guys, this is a grind. It's a full-time job all day, every day, reading, analyzing, watching film. Trust me, it's not for the weak. But anyway, for today's video, I'm trying to save your little tails here, okay? Trying to give you some strategy, trying to protect yourself. You see, the thing, guys, when you're talking about a first round pick, you need as close to a slam dunk as possible. Those who've been with me for a while know I preach the three-headed monster, getting 3 stud running backs, obviously to give yourself the best chance at doing that. You want to pick a running back, usually in the first round. I would say maybe if Devontae Adams or Michael Thomas slips at the end of the first, depending on how the draft goes, it's possible. But for the most part, the way this draft plays out, being that receivers so deep, you got potential top 10 receivers like Calvin Ridley, AJ Brown, DJ Shark going in the 4th or 5th round. I think the best way to go is the running back position. Running backs are simply more consistent than receivers. But you have to pick the right running backs. Because imagine if you're trying to build a three-headed monster and your top running back is a dud. That kind of messes your whole team up. Not saying you can't recoup, because there will be a lot of other owners picking a lot of other duds, but it makes it that much harder. So the strategy that I've been telling everybody, get the as close to slam dunk running backs. I would say obviously CMC, Saquon, Nick Chubb, regardless of what you guys want to believe or not, Joe Mixon, Alvin Kamara, Zeke, although I have a funny feeling about him, but that's just me. These guys are really, really safe. We know who they are in the system. They've done it before. They've proven it. They have the talent. And they're not injury prone. There are so many, I would say the majority of fantasy analysts and owners that totally disregard injuries. I'm not one of them. And people get mad at me. But I'm here to protect you. Because think about this, guys. Dalvin Cook, as great as he was last year, where was he in the playoffs? Injured. So it doesn't matter how good he was. If you didn't win the championship, second place is the first loser. That's the way I look at it. I'm a winner. I don't really care about all this. Oh, I had a great team, blah, 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 blah. I had Dalvin Cook and that. Did you win? No. Who cares? Who cares? So the best ability is availability. Josh Jacobs to a lesser extent. I mean, I'm not as worried about the shoulder. He played through it, so that tells me a lot. I think CEH is kind of like, but here's the thing. I worry most about those owners who draft Drake as their RB1, Miles Sanders as their RB1, and Austin Eckeler. I think all 3 of those players, who I love, by the way, I think all 3 of them could be top 3 to 5 running backs. Especially Drake in that offense in Arizona. So let's start with Drake. Why am I concerned about Drake if he's your RB1? So if Drake is your RB1, that means you probably went receiver, right? You went Michael Thomas or you went Devontae Adams. Now Drake's your RB1. If you did that, because he's at the top of the second, that means you won't pick to the end of the third. Jonathan Taylor may or may not be there. Or you may or may not pick him. Let's say you're like a lot of owners and you go with Todd Gurley or Melvin Gordon or Leonard Fournette or David Johnson. That's a little early for DJ, but whatever. Some people do their thing. So now what you've done is not only is your first running back risky, and the reason I call Drake risky is simple, guys. He's never done it before. Remember what I told you earlier in the video? I'm looking for as close to a slam dunk as possible. So how is somebody that's never done it before a slam dunk? Newsflash, he's not. He has the talent. He has the system. He's a pass catching back. That's why if all things go as planned, Drake's going to kill it. Drake might be better than my beloved Nick Chubb. Definitely better than Alvin Kamara or Zeke. Did you guys see the way Drake ended? But he's never done it before. So I'd rather have that guy and take the upside play and pair him up with a Chubb, a Mixon, a Jacobs. Let's go to my second guy, Miles Sanders. Now, what do we know about the Philadelphia Eagles and Miles Sanders? Let's look at all the evidence. Why people love Miles Sanders. Actually, I'm gonna have to bring out my laptop. You see, guys, I don't prepare for these videos, by the way. This is just me talking off the top of my dome. I just know I want to talk about these 3 running backs, but I don't have no damn plan. So, and there's no edits. Obviously, I'm doing this live. I don't know anybody else that does that the way I do it. But I do want to bring something up because this is important, because I think these number guys, and this is why I say numbers lie. I was just having an argument with somebody on Twitter. By the way, if you guys didn't follow me on Twitter, it's a shit show at IamFFRapper. Oh, my computer died. But going off the top of my head, Miles Sanders, he exploded last year. Those last 6 games, brilliant. I get it. But let's see what happened. Jordan Howard, injured. So he was out of the picture. Before Jordan Howard got injured, Miles Sanders playing like 50% of the snaps. Now, you could attribute some of that to being a rookie, which is fine. That's normal. But looking at Doug Peterson's history, Doug Peterson has always used multiple backs. And we've heard him say, that's our guy. A couple years ago, A.J. Ajayi was shooting up draft boards. I was like, pump your brakes. But it was for a different reason. It was more so because A.J. Ajayi's injury prone, which I was right, obviously. So we've heard Doug Peterson say this, right? Now, say what you want about Miles Sanders, but he was injured in college. Last year, I don't believe he missed any games, maybe certain portions of the games, but he was also banged up and on the injury report every single week. Miles Sanders does not have a big body mass index. He's I wouldn't say small back, but he's not Derrick Henry. Let's get that right. Now let's look at those last 6 games. Again, I'm going off memory, but I believe it was the Dallas Cowboys. They suck against running backs and pass catching backs specifically. The New York Giants, the Miami Dolphins, the Redskins. I know I'm pretty sure those were 4 out of the 6 games. Now, guys, I'm not a hater, but come on. Is there an easier schedule for a running back than those teams that I just mentioned? Like, really? So you add that to the fact Jordan Howard's injured. He's injury prone. I'm not even going to say he's injury prone, but he was injured in college. He was banged up last year, and we just found out he was injured today. So, red flags. It's a big enough red flag for me to say, you know what? RB2, I'm picking at the end of the draft. Hell yeah, give me Drake. Give me Miles Sanders. Bring him on. Bring him on. I'm all for it. All for it. But as your RB1, because again, your RB2, if you choose to pick one at the end of the third, some people will go quarterback or tight end, and I think those people are crazy. But it's a lot of risk there. Because if Miles Sanders is not the next Marshall Faulk, and I say Marshall Faulk because when I was watching film on him, he's a great pass catcher, and he's running routes, and he's a great back, and Philadelphia is going to be a really good offense. I think they're underrated. But it's big enough that I'd rather have Miles Sanders as my RB2. All right? And you can do it if you pick at the end of the draft. Obviously, if you're picking in the beginning, in the middle, you're not going to get Miles Sanders your RB2. It's just not happening. But for those of you at the end of the draft, it's kind of a good place to be because you can also have a good chance on my man Jonathan Taylor, who's right now going in the 4th round. So you can end up with like 3 crazy backs. You could end up with like Chubb, Drake, Miles Sanders, or Eckler as your RB2, and then Jonathan Taylor's your RB3, which is insane. All right, my last back, Austin Eckeler. All right, so why am I concerned with Eckeler? Well, number one, he caught a lot of passes last year. And not saying that he can't, but I think Phillip Rivers did have a lot to do with that. He did not get a lot of carries. There were some games where he got like 4 carries, 10 carries, just not a lot in the running game. And, you know, those receptions add up quick. But and again, I'm going off the top of my head. I think he averaged I think he was top 10 in receptions. So imagine a running back being top 10 in receptions. And he had some huge games. He had like a couple 30, 40-point games, Austin Eckeler, some huge, you know, big bombs for a running back, which is rare. But then he had a lot of games where it was just like 13 points and just like very, very average games. So taking Phillip Rivers out the equation, which I think Tyrod Taylor is going to be pretty decent, though. I don't think he's a decent quarterback. I think he's going to be pretty decent for Eckler, as he used to check down quite a bit in Buffalo. So that might be a good thing. But if Justin Herbert comes in, which we can all expect, I think Justin Herbert's going to be a really good quarterback. I think by the time he gets in, learning behind Tyrod Taylor and stuff, this guy seems like he has those intangibles. Big guy, strong arm, winner, you know, came up in big games. So I don't know how much he's going to, you know, use the running back. Because good quarterbacks, like that's why CEH, as much as I love him, he ain't going to get 60, maybe 60, but I doubt even that. But he ain't going to catch 80, 90 balls because Patrick Mahomes is a great quarterback. He's going to throw it to his receivers. If you can throw it to your receiver, why are you going to throw it to your running back? You know what I'm saying? Drew Brees? But anyway. A little shot at Drew Brees. But yeah, so he relied on a lot of big games. Phillip Rivers, not going to get a ton of carries. Wouldn't be surprised if he doesn't get the goal line work. So, yes, I love Eckler. I love his talent. And if he's your RB1, he might be great. He might be top 3 to 5, like I said. But I worry about it being a slam dunk. So I rather, even if let's say he's your RB1 you pick at the end, then get another guy that's a little more like safer. Even though Jacobs had the injury, I think he's a little safer. So maybe you pick Austin Eckeler over Joe Mixon or Jacobs or CEH, but then you could turn around. So if your RB2 is like another RB1, then cool. Yeah, carry on. Dope. Because then it's like Austin Eckler's your RB2 anyway. But like I said, go secure. You might give up some upside. Because if Drake hits, Drake could be top 3. But you know what? You'll give up some upside, but at least you'll have somebody you can rely on. So maybe if Nick Chubb doesn't score as much as Drake or Mixon or Jacobs or somebody like that, maybe Drake outscores him by a point or 2. Whoop-de-doo. But at least you have that peace of mind and at least you have that security. So that's all I'm going to say, guys. Just be careful of those 3 running backs. Try to get them as your RB2. And those of you that are picking at the end of the drafts, then that's cool. You could get them as your RB2. Good to go. But RB1, be weary. And guys, that's it. Follow me at IamFFRapper on Twitter. I'm telling you, it's lit. I'm going to try to do a YouTube video every week at fantasyfootballrapper on Instagram. Comment down below any questions you guys might have. And last but not least, my draft kit. $20. That's it. That's it. Rankings, positional rankings, all that good stuff. My course is really where the value's at because this is the key right here, the Facebook group. I literally break down rosters, and it's limited. I'm only limiting to 100 people because I can't focus on that many people, because I literally tell you what to do, trade evaluations, roster breakdowns, who to go get, who to clean up. A lot of you guys came with shitty rosters last year and ended up winning the championship after we worked some trades and got some waiver picks. So, and that's all year. So if you break it down, it's like $5 a month or something ridiculous, super cheap. And and it comes with a video course, the Facebook group, the draft kick, and in-season premium content. I'm going to be doing the draft kick is included. So for $50, you get the total package. You get the Facebook group, the video course, the draft kick, and the in-season premium content, which is going to give you special articles and my start sits rankings for every single week. So you just know who to plug in, who to start, who's going to be your sleepers, and all of that. So hit me up, leave me a comment, write me a DM, or send me an email at fantasyfootballrapper@gmail.com if you're interested. Until next time, guys, tomorrow, 9:30 p.m. I'll try to be on time. Peace. We out of here.